this is somebody why a president there. Right? He's been in that office before and worked in for 8 years. When all these debates were unfolded about your presidential jet,
Only Moyawe.
Kwame Wotie, he knew the ideal situation once he was exiting office in 2017.
Yeah.
Okay? So between 2017 now, Omampenyi A3 office, in my thoughts, not only the condition of our presidential jet.
Only Moyawe.
And then we knew said the jets were in. Now we were overworking that jet.
Yeah.
They cannot just here. So at the time where the NDC was using it for politics, one caution, one carry, they knew the truth. They knew the real condition of the jet.
And I said they were benefiting from.
Abusia for me, Mamu na makwa about the Bagan and same TV so. But one more like video, no subscribe to the channel, no attend notification. It's gonna be our next time. Videos of this chapter also sabit pakabina. Say the money I'm referring Mr. President. No was na besom. No ma for meduma. Mo bon mo hu ma for meduma. To be on studio here usually maybe up so boss studio no. It be a design of some contributing a new design be. I won say be since we are pro NPP platform. We on be a sound na clear ma also contribute to sound no. It be a internet your internet issues Ghana had some George Adaroma. But bon you want the internet sim so if you want to contribute to our internet too, just reach out to the number that was in Sabeka. Zakaso Weda was. I said the meaning of Mr. President. Was maybe breaking news again. Now yes, more right now. Ghana. I'm a Ghana. It's Ghana pa be. Abusia so say mo kai say 2017 ana Ira John Dramani Mahama free power. Na ebia na muni ma breaking news no. Ira John Dramani Mahama power nyina na issue the Falcon helicopter use. Private jet ni use presidential jet ni use. Sa presidential jet Ira Akufo ne toy. The use of Ira Akufo ambreso sa na dia bedu na dan Akufo na abreso. Na me kwase me woman say Mr. Speaker beto to be a man Ira John Dramani Mahama. Me mo video. But me mo brief breakdown. Ira John Dramani Mahama all free power na onim very well that Falcon helicopter a very faulty. Inya honden no nim pa. By the lives of Okujo to Abla Kwama, what was you see Okujo to the home, or Mama was a nitty and said, I didn't want it. All that Okujo to Abla is interested is in power. Okujo to Abla side power is not interested in anything. So I call with Mishumani because you better me my milk to me. Wako, you better me my milk to me. Dependent tea 10 times. Because we had the lives of Okujo to Abla politicizing the use of the Falcon private jet, knowing very well, so move for not private jet way, is so unstable. Therefore, so private jet we are a man, a mukunya who no. I want a nubia and a man or manabon kunya who nubia. Here are John Dramani Mahama move for a Falcon private jet, many stable. But for the sake of power and desperation for power, they politicized each and everything about the Falcon private jet. Then about power na ni penny and direct case there Ibrahim Mahama up to private jet. Makola jum for man say John Dramani Mahama say private jet na John Dramani Mahama dia na say Ibrahim Mahama dia. You see we need explanation. Abuja for us am say so must to private jet for to be a November Monday, but no more start still waters are the Ghana from bed. They dare not bring the private jet to this country. We will not agree. Because it is alleged that Ibrahim Mahama private jet, Ibrahim Mahama, John Dramani Mahama. So all the money is a private jet allegedly there. And also the money is a private jet bill. So throw me money honey and me as a sword the end. So through me. Many Hariani. Na ne means what the DNA. Be about Ghana be a politicizing it too much. Anything end this or more bread, end this or more chill or more in. The year John Dramani Mahama, my depression, action, a man you could depression, action, communicators, depression, action, appointees, Nan say, politicize be too much. In politics, who answer be out, they lack the knowledge about politics. All that they know is agenda, propaganda, and power. Also, the global factors hit you among. They lied for power. They came in out of absolute, total desperation for power. And that's it. That was for me. Mr. Speaker video. The person who we are Sabra, you come back to church and watch.
This is somebody. Why a president there? Right? He's been in that office before. And worked for 8 years. When all these debates were unfolded about your presidential jet, Kwame Wotie, he knew the ideal situation once he was exiting office in 2017.
Yeah.
Okay? So between 2017 now, Omampenyi A3 office, in my thoughts, not with him, the condition of our presidential jet.
Yes. And then when you said the jets were in, now we were overworking that jet.
Yeah, me cannot just hear. So at the time where the NDC was using it for politics, one caution, one carry, they knew the truth. They knew the real condition of the jet.
And I said they were benefiting from it.
And they were telling us that the jet was in a good condition.
Good condition.
There's a particular word that I know could to tell you. Pristine, right? The jet is in a pristine condition.
Engine back season.
Or catch engine back was our obey engine back when you're
sat on TV
and said all of that.
What you say? So I mean, the people around President Mahama knew all these things because no more baba muda.
Yes.
In one way or the other, most of them went on trips with the president. Okay? Again, Okujeto, there are some of the trips our president called, he was part of it.
Okobi. Foreign Affairs Committee. He was ranking member.
They make another say. So there are things they were much aware of. But for shared politics, I mean, regardless, the question is that, is it a top priority? See a better presidential jet, and I am renting the private one. They said the president Kufuor rent, and I am president, no news in jet because those are the conversations
because
we need to have. Today we justify crana.
Because
so what justifies the quarter private jets? Emo mampenya. The state one it is still the same debate
because Obi quarantine boka bebre and we spoke against it and then yen be nemo mebra will be
the same thing
the same thing but if opposition so yen rent nemo no otofuela the same thing Kwame
private jets rent our own. Private jets will be me any. I'm on there's a website here, Albanati Aeronautics. Ube Timenya and for their own private jets at home. So person rent it is basically online. Ube be $3,000 per hour. Nadia. Who pay be Albania. The whole argument of a cutting down cost Nadia.
Okujeto Ablakwa, very reckless guy. I don't know why your mama appointed him. Say Onkonkoye a foreign affairs minister. Yenti Okujeto.
Well, everybody knows that Ghana has a defense cooperation agreement with the US, approved by our parliament, and not only with the US, but with many other strategic partners, including the UK, a number of Gulf states. We do these things in our strategic national interest, and we are also careful to draw the lines. And so there's a red line. We do not accept military bases in our country. And I'm sure that what is happening in the Middle East now vindicates Ghana's position. We have historically prevented Western powers from establishing military bases in our country. And I believe that those who initially were not sure why Ghana was very stern about this position now appreciate that. Having said that, we also take the view that any cooperation, any intervention must be on a case-by-case basis, and there has to be express approval. So the recent attacks in Nigeria, the Nigerians will confirm to you that they invited the Americans, and they also reached out to Ghana to collaborate.
The Nigerians?
Yes, both the Nigerians and the Americans. So that's how we are playing this out. Sovereignty has to be respected. Territorial integrity has to be respected. You must be invited. And we must all agree on the scope of the intervention, because we do not want this to lead to another Venezuelan situation or some other, geopolitical matter, because sovereignty is important, territorial integrity is important. We must know exactly what the scope is, what you are coming to do, the nature of the intervention. It's very, very important. I mean, our citizens would not forgive us, and legitimately so.
Keep quiet. He has zero knowledge what international relations and diplomacy. He's only using mere words. And I'm speaking to you as an expert of international relations and diplomacy. So territorial integrity is important. Sovereignty is important. Edebe is important. But if territorial integrity is important, sovereignty is important, how does that even fit into the argument you've made to the point that diplomatic documents, diplomatic arrangement between two states and such sensitive military matters, foreign affairs minister, when you have somebody who is more of a talker than a thinker, this is what happens. You are the #1 diplomatic agent of our nation by virtue of the fact that you are the foreign affairs minister. No two ways about it. So by virtue of you being the foreign affairs minister, you get the opportunity to sit on certain sensitive meetings and boards, which you acquire certain knowledge, of which those knowledge is not for public consumption. Because according to the Vienna Convention for consular and diplomatic relations, Article 24 is very clear that diplomatic documents are inviolable. It means you cannot reveal them. So only Ghana, America, Nigeria, have a pact for a special military operations. Now say your mom reveal, because you are more of a talker than a thinker. You go and release such sensitive information to the public. When you know, because you said every nation is a sovereign state, and for that matter, you cannot interfere in their territory. And any act of said Ghana combined with US, now almost a terrorist force Nigeria. This is a classified security cooperation agreement which will never be reviewed. But Kasaya would there. Because when you can expose such intelligence sources, it has the tendency of damaging bilateral relations, bilateral trust between you and America, between you and any other state, because any other thing there. Now so we are so reckless. So baby, now the first diplomatic agent of our nation. How can any other person trust you? And Okuja agreement. Agreements in such agreements per Article 75. Per Article 75 of the 1902 Constitution, such agreements are supposed to be brought before Parliament for ratification. A year parliamentary ratification. I know he was talking about military bases in the past, and he was not even coherent as to which one we've ratified as Ghanaians, because I know in the case of Bamfo and Bamfo, the courts were very clear. So when you put such classified information, such sensitive matters, watching terrorists for Nigeria, Ghana for the you have no idea the position you occupy, the position. You have very little to no idea.
Na chesa no pay sika wo hopa no.
Oh man, me say you was sikala. You was ka. You was ka he. Mama ma story ba ko ha say. Mama fa story we ntum. Me ameni be ma OPK wo ha.
Ansa na be koso no.
Sa wo.
Eh. OPK.
OPK in price MP. Ona ha.
Oh ho, adede asem na si.
Oh, boni mai na Minister of Communication and Digitalization in Fonida. Niaso ko hono ma. Oma contracts. Enu ye de obo krete yi eka. Asem ono mo chese documents omo saka omo hunu aya sign e chese oman. Yama a contractor anosum 248.5 million Ghana cedis. Contractor this sikani nyina wo contract ni mu no 248.5 million Ghana cedis say ye de kwakoto laptops maku 20,000 na sa laptops ayekoto ye de contract ni ma nipa baako according to the report I'm making can say Yira Samnate George Tio contract documents no much so review no newspaper ne say wo bo hwehwe mu ni ade no ono na o head ye e no mo handle